Hello everyone, happy June. It is Portland Book Week and I picked up a couple gifts for loved ones that I wanted to share with you today. Every year they do several, I want to say there's at least 85 independent bookstores that put together this bingo card. When you visit, you'll get a stamp from each store that you visit that fits one of these squares, and we're very nearly at our first bingo, which is exciting. Carol, my mother-in-law, who often features in some of these videos, she's actually driving up today to pick up some goslings that we've been babysitting for her. A couple weeks ago, she found an abandoned gosling wandering her farm, and so she adopted it. And of course we named it Ryan Gosling because that's what you do when a gosling enters your life. So yeah, I will put some footage of them for you, and they're just so adorable. But anyways, yeah, I'm hoping when she's up here we'll have time to go over to some more bookstores and possibly go to the Portland Paper and Book Fair, which concludes Portland Book Week. But anyways, yes, back to the books. So I found Orchid Fever. This is a horticultural tale of love, lust, and lunacy by Hansen. I thought Carol would really enjoy this. This I got at Book Corner, which is a fabulous used Friends of the Library bookshop just across the street from Beaverton Library, which I had to run in and grab a library card, which I forgot to bring. It's the cutest library card I've ever owned. They're, maybe I'll go grab it right now. Hold on. Look how cute this library card is. They're turning 50 this summer. So yeah, Beaverton was a lot of fun. More about Orchid Fever. It says, from the steaming jungles of Borneo to the hollowed hallways of Kew Gardens, from the clandestine orchid nurseries of Europe to the peat bogs of northern Minnesota, here are luscious, sexy flowers, orchid smugglers, fist-fighting botanists, moths with 12-inch long tongues, and government officials who raid orchid nurseries with attack dogs and automatic weapons. Strange tales of insect pollinator fidelity, the orchid ice cream makers of eastern Turkey, and man-crushing killer orchids weighing half a ton are blended with stories about a wide range of gentle people whose passion in life is the creation of scented, fragile flowers. It is gorgeously illustrated. So yeah, I might have to borrow this one after she reads it. But yeah, I thought this would make a lovely gift for her. So that's Orchid Fever. And then another book I found at the Book Corner was one for my partner. We love to cook. Maybe one of these days I'll show you our cookbook collection. But this is one he wanted. It's called Chaat by Maneet. Chauhan. She is a really talented chef. She often is a judge on the show Chaat. And this says recipes from the kitchens, markets, and railways of India. And it's just filled with, there's a silly one of her, gorgeous photographs of her travels, and it's broken down in each section across India. So like this is the Goa section with the potato egg chutney chops, and then you know there's various delectable recipes in here, a lot of things that we've never even heard of before. So this will be a lot of fun to try this summer. And then we went over to Lake Oswego. There's a new bookshop called the Thirsty Caterpillar that opened like I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was adorable. There's like a cafe, You can drink wine there and get like charcuterie boards. There's a whole humongous children's room. They do classes in there for kids, and there's like a playpen. I wish I'd gotten footage of it. It's just there were so many families in that day when we went, but I did get a little clip of their little cafe and seating area. But yeah, so when my sister and mom visit, I'm definitely taking them there. But this is one I found for my sister, The Unicorn Hunter by Katherine Arden. We absolutely loved her Bear and the Nightingale series. And it says, Anna Brittany was a child when France invaded and drove her royal father to his death. Now she is a young woman, sovereign duchess of an occupied realm, and France means to crown their conquest by marrying her to their king. Such an alliance would put her title, her lands, and her body forever in the hands of her enemies. But Anne refuses to be the last Duchess of Brittany. Maybe she and my mom will want to read this for our book club. So that is from The Thirsty Caterpillar. And then, yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna find more books to give today and tomorrow. There's a couple more favorite used bookstores of mine over in the Selwood, Southeast Portland area, such as Wallace Books and Bingo Books. So that is the plan. And yeah, I'll catch up with you in a little bit.
Sky Full of Elements by Cebo Campbell. My name is Tahuti Nefer Hotep of Third Eye Books. Chapter 1, page 1. They killed themselves, all of them, all at once. We unsealed the jails first, period.
Bravo.
Wow.
That always gives me chills when I read that part. We unsealed the jails.
Yes.
I'm like, oh.
Yes.
So all this is going to be a nice journey. It's fiction, so don't get all in your head. You don't like that. But it's a chance to see yourself, if you identify as white, outside of the big narrative picture of what people of color are really doing. It's a different landscape. There's airports but no airlines.
Hey, I like it already.
There's car share service that's on like super steroids. There's some people in here in this book who are kind of upset that white people have left. Money is used differently. We still have to eat. We still have to share. All these things are discussed in this book, and it's going to play out where you're going to be like, wow.
All right.
I give it this much. The ending, as all books, could be better. Because you're going to want to keep the book reading, I tell you. You're going to be mad that it's finished. That's all I say.
On the other hand, like
I want it to end. I was like,
You're like, no, it can't end like this. But it's not the cheesy end where like, or cliffhanger or where they're left you dangling or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So it's all going to be good.
and I can always start over and read it again.
Hi everyone, I'm with Carol. We had loads of fun yesterday over in Southeast Portland, and we have our little goodie bags, and we're just gonna do a little haul for you. So the first place we went to was Third Eye Books, which was an absolute riot.
It was a hoot. It was a total hoot. It was great.
We met Charles, lovely Charles, and yeah, he made us feel really welcome, and we had such a lovely time with him inside his bookshop.
Right, it was great. Yeah, he was fun. And so you want to see what we got?
Yeah, what did you find?
Well, he gave us this one because he forgot to ring it up, and he said, well, that's his donation. So that was fun because it was a #1 ladies detection agency that I hadn't read. Have you read this one?
I'm sure I have. I feel like I've read all of them.
I thought I had too, but I know I haven't read this one.
What's it called?
The Handsome Man's Deluxe Cafe. And when is it dated? 2014. How did I miss it? I don't know, but anyway, that was really fun. What else did we get?
Oh, this one I had to get. I love Percival Everett, and I read James this past March, and he had an autographed edition, so this one was just, how special is this? I don't know if I'll ever meet Percival Everett, but I have his dear book.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
I was very, very, yeah, very, very happy to find this in Third Eye Books.
And what else? What else did we get there? Oh, yeah, this is Joy Goddess. Eliot Walker and the Harlem Renaissance. And it just looks like a wonderful, look at the illustrations.
Photographs.
Yeah.
It says, dubbed the Joy Goddess of Harlem's 1920s by poet Langston Hughes, who I love.
Yep.
For her lavish parties, Eliot Walker helped define the Harlem Renaissance. After inheriting her mother's hair care empire, Walker would become America's first high-profile black heiress and a prominent patron of the arts, whose legendary Dark Tower salon added glamour to uptown New York. So, yeah, that was one that Carol found.
Yes, I was so excited because I've heard of her probably through, yeah, anyway, I heard of her a lot. Oh, what's this one? Oh, and we just, the reason I picked this one up was because it has elephants in the title. I mean, I'll read anything that has birds or elephants in the title. And then while we were talking about it.
Yeah, so Charles was bringing up patron of the store, and both he and her had such high accolades about Cebo Campbell's novel, and so we had to get it.
And he even read us the first sentence. That was just such a delight. Anyway, so we're both excited about reading this one.
They were telling us that it's kind of a dystopian, well, not too far away from the times we live in now, but it's about, the private prison system.
Exactly.
And, yeah, it sounds very heavy, but
it sounds like it deals with issues that we've all been dealing with for a long time. So anyway, very excited to read that one. And I forget what this one is. Do you remember? Oh,
Nico
yes.
found this for me. They had a table outside of, clearance books, and I'm, big fan of Dolly Parton and all that she does with her beautiful life. So, yeah, he had to get this for me. And this is 100 Remarkable Moments in an Extraordinary Life by Tracy E.W. Laird. So, I'm very excited to have
also
a new book about Dolly Parton, someone who I really admire.
Okay, that's the end of that bag.
Okay, and then we walked a little further up on Southeast Division and went to Selected Stories, which was also another lovely bookstore. We got to chat with Christopher, who's, originally from London and reminded us of Gus Van Nuttall.
Gussie Fink Noodle. No, Fink Noddle, yeah.
From the Bertie Wooster books by P.G. Woodhouse. He was lovely. But, she found a book.
Yeah, wait a minute. Oh, that's where I got the Jill Lepore, right? Mm-hmm. God, it's a very heavy book. Get it out of here. There, yes, this is what we got there. You want to hold it up so people can see? She's one of my favorite writers. She writes for the New Yorker and just does anything by her I will read. They're always good on everything from politics to environmental issues. She's just great.
Yeah, and this is, I think, her new one, A History of the U.S. Constitution. It says, the U.S. Constitution is among the oldest constitutions in the world, but also one of the most difficult to amend. Jill Lepore, Harvard professor of history and law, explains why in the We the People, the most original history of the Constitution in decades, and an essential companion to her landmark history of the United States, these truths. Have you read that one too?
Yeah. Anyway, that'll be exciting to read. And what else? These are from that other bookstore they used.
Oh yeah, and then we went to Bingo Used Books, which is one of my favorite stores to peruse. I can be in there all day. It's like a treasure trove. We both got lost. We couldn't find one another. There's so many little hallways.
I know. Then I didn't tell you about this, but when I was looking for you, I kept going and going and going and twisting and turning, and in this little back room there were two guys and they didn't know where they were either.
It's a really fun place. But yeah, we found you want to talk about your book that you found?
Okay, well, I haven't read it, but it just looks really interesting. It's an old Dover book, The Story of Maps. Do you want to hold that one up? And it's just the function of maps in history, which just looks fascinating.
Yeah, these old Dover editions.
I know, they're wonderful. And I still use paper maps to navigate when I'm driving.
That's good. I mean,
I like to see where I am in the whole picture, not just a little piece of it, that they show on a screen when you're...
Yeah, if that's what you're used to. I mean, if it works, you might as well not change it.
Well, when it doesn't work, I find myself in a place I've never been before, that's all.
Never a dull moment.
Right.
And then Nico he got a cookbook. We collect these Foods of the World cookbooks. We have one that's on Creole Cajun food that we got at Cameron's Books a long, long time ago. And I love finding books that have love notes inside, and this has one of the funniest ones I've ever come across. Merry Christmas, love stuff. Yeah, we found one that was on Thai cooking. And I just love these cookbooks because they have fabulous photographs
that make you hungry.
Beautifully displayed, yeah. And then for myself, I got a George Eliot. I collect these green Virago classic books. And I've been meaning to read Middlemarch. I say I'm gonna, I was supposed to read it for Big Book Summer last year, but it just intimidates me. So I really want to read George Eliot. I've never read her before. I'm thinking this one's a little bit, less intimidating. Brother Jacob. So I have no idea what this one's about. But it says, the allure of candied sugars suggests to David Foe that the confectionery business would be a favored trade to pursue. By the time of his apprenticeship, however, David's sweet tooth has changed, but for the lack of 20 guineas, Immigration to a warmer clime tempts him. Stealing is wrong, but to take money from his mother surely cannot be a crime. This is the story of David's convoluted plans to foil his slow-witted brother Jacob in his quest for fortune. All right, yeah.
That's
I'm
really
glad I
fun. I've
found
never
this.
read that one either, so then
Well, we'll have to,
I'll borrow it when
Yeah.
you're done.
because I definitely want to read the...
Yes, the elephant book.
And then one of my favorite authors, Zora Neale Hurston, somehow I lost my copy of this. This is Every Tongue Got to Confess. This is her collection of folk tales from the regions of Florida and the whole Gulf Coast. And not many people know that she was an anthropologist. She inspired me to study that in college because I kind of wanted to follow in her footsteps and record Filipino folk tales myself. So yeah, I'm glad I now have a copy of it because I have no idea. I must have lent it to someone and it just never got returned. But yeah, love her. And yeah, and we've got some fun bookmarks. The Rose City Book and Paper Fair, which is happening now. Hopefully we can make it out to Northeast Portland today to see everyone.
And that's all.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is our little book haul.
Oh, I got my pen.
Oh yeah, we went to the Secret Room, which is a fun little artsy bookstore that specializes in zines and comics.
And by just this is so crazy because yesterday I took eggs to the bakery where I sell my eggs. This is in Yahat's. And Blythe was writing me a check for the eggs with one of these pens. And I admired it. I said, I didn't even know I made
It's
fountain
one of those
pens.
new calligraphy fountain pens.
And so I was just amazed to find one right there the next day. It was really fun. So now I have one.
Yeah, so that was our adventure and the treasures we came home with.
And we sure had fun. It was great.
So thanks for watching, everyone. Go support your independent bookshops, and we'll see you next time. Take good care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.